Wabigalo is located in Kampala's Machinti division, and being a city suburb, one would expect the area to have at least some basic toilet facilities. However, there are very few toilets in Wabigalo, and most of the area's residents have resorted to what is commonly known in slums as flying toilets. Away from the affluent residences and paved roads, this is a community languishing in poverty and in dire need of toilets and other sanitation facilities, which explains why KCCA introduced the ecological sanitation or eco-san toilets here in 2003. The eco-san toilet is a closed system that does not need water, so it is an alternative to pit latrines in places where water is scarce or where the water table is high and the risk of underwater contamination is increased. The toilet is based on the principle of recovery and recycling of nutrients from excreta to create a valuable resource for agriculture. But why were they introduced in Kampala?
The whole idea of the project was meant to help informal sectors within Kampala and the surrounding areas, whereby the feces were meant to be turned into manure. Unlike the issue of emptying the toilets, that's a cost on those informal sector people.
However, much as it has all these advantages, it failed to work in some areas of Kampala like Wabigala and Kamucha. Residents claim they were not consulted before the rollout of the project.
KCC went to put this action of bringing the toilet. It did not consult the local leaders, and it brought the discrimination of the people. The Muslims, if you are going to the toilet, you use water when you are going to the toilet, which means already Muslims were out of that project.
As leaders, we are sensitized, but our people on the ground were not sensitized enough.
The Network for Water and Sanitation Uganda, funded by the Stockholm Environment Institute, constructed these toilets to meet the sanitation needs of the area. But now, some people have converted some of the toilets into rentals, for which they charge 50,000 shillings per month. Some local leaders support it.
These people, they gave their land freely without any compensation. They would be free to rent.
The KCCA deputy spokesperson, Kalumba, states that it's illegal.
Who turns a pit latrine into a rental, honestly?
From the sanitation fund, the locals complained that KCCA never showed up to pick the waste as earlier promised, which could endanger their families.
Our people who are supposed to emptying this thing were not available in time.
On the flip side, KCCA believes it was a question of culture, norms and religion that failed the project.
For example, the florists couldn't comprehend buying feces.
But what's the way forward?
That is why, as KCCA, we have been recommending that these toilets be turned into the normal pit latrines.
Currently, there are over 30,000 units of eco-san toilets at household level, schools and public administration in the country. Andrew Chamagero, NTV Weekend Edition.